Welcome to the TrollMasters tutorial. Today we'll talk about the Hydro X Pro control system. The Hydro X Pro environment control system is an upgraded version of the Hydro X. To learn more about the Hydro X system, you can watch our Hydro X system introduction video. The X Pro has all the functions of the Hydro X and also a great deal of unique new features. The X Pro system is intended for commercial grade growers or growers that are looking for more advanced automation features. Like the original Hydro X, the X Pro controller is one of the easiest and most economical ways to fully automate your grow room. The Hydro X Pro controller is backward compatible with all current Hydro X device modules, allowing current Hydro X controller users to simply upgrade to the X Pro without complex setup or the need to purchase new and expensive devices. You'll only have to swap the original X controller with the Hydro X Pro, and then swap out the 3-in-1 sensor that comes with the Hydro X to a 4-in-1 sensor that comes with the X Pro controller. Reconnect all of the device modules and you'll be up and running in no time. The Hydro X Pro main controller features a modern 10-inch LED touchscreen for easy access to all user settings. The large 10-inch screen also displays all of the historical trend data and up-to-date sensor information. The expanded capacity to be able to connect up to 50 sensors and 50 devices or control modules to one single X Pro controller provides greater flexibility in your setup. Sensor readings can either be averaged together or individually assigned to control specific device modules. The X Pro also allows all DS-type plug-in modules to be configured to operate using multiple control settings such as temperature, humidity, CO2, and time. The user has the power to decide how each DS module will work. The WCS2 water content sensor is compatible with the Hydro X Pro. With it, you'll be able to monitor the water content level, as well as the EC and temperature of the grow medium. When using the original Hydro X controller, each of the DS-type modules have a predetermined function such as temperature control, CO2, or humidity control. On the Hydro X Pro, all of the plug-in DS modules are universal and can accomplish multiple tasks. What does that mean? That means you can set up the DS module to control whatever device you want. The DSP is no longer restricted to be only used as a programmable timer, and the DST can now be set up to control temperature, humidity, CO2, and timer functions. The user can even combine multiple functions to work together within the same DS module. Each of the DS plugin modules can be programmed with multiple control conditions, plus hot start delay, day or night only operation, and more. This means that you can have almost unlimited control options on the DS-type device modules. Besides the onboard user interface touchscreen, all the real-time parameters, historical data, and user notifications from the Hydro X Pro controller can be accessed and monitored on the TrollMaster app. The historical chart window can show a graph with the zone-specific data available for the 6 growing parameters. You can use the historical chart to see the past data on any parameter. To learn more about how to add a controller to your app, you can go check out our QR code tutorial. The Hydro X Pro also offers a free web-based software program that allows remote control and monitoring through the internet with any desktop, laptop, smartphone, or tablet. To access the online software, simply log in with your app email and password at www.pro.trollmaster.com. It provides easy access to the settings and to view all current sensor conditions. Data can also be retrieved via web-based software if needed. So now let's talk about advanced functions. Most lighting controllers will control lights by changing the light's power setting only. When controlling lights by a specific light power percentage, it might be uncertain what light power the plants are receiving. With the Hydro X Pro controller, you have the option to set the lighting levels based on a true PPFD micromole setting. With the optional MBS pass sensor is connected to the X Pro controller, the pass sensor will actively measure and then control the light output based on measured light levels in micromole. The user positions the MBS path sensor at the top of the plant canopy, and they select the light level they want for their plant. The X-Pro will then automatically increase or decrease the light level. Here, we'll show you how to enter through the Advanced menu into the DLI control menu, which you can see the level of the PPFD. The PAR light control works equally well in greenhouses with varying amounts of natural sunlight or indoors with 100% supplemental lighting. The DLI mode on the Pro controller also allows you to monitor light intensity using DLI, which is the daily light interval. The Hydro X Pro will automatically calculate the exact amount of light your plants will receive each day, based on the PPFD micromole level selected by the user. By controlling your lights in this way, you can ensure your plants are receiving the proper amount of light, which can result in energy savings and growing healthy plants. There are some other advanced features exclusive for customers using the ThinkGrow LEDs. The group control function allows the user to select 10 different light settings to control up to 10 different groups of LEDs on a single X Pro controller. The ability to control up to 10 separate groups of light in a single room is perfect for customers using multi-level racks, with plants in various stages of growth, or to be able to adjust light levels within a large space with precision control. This function also allows you to use Trollmaster's exclusive cloud control feature on our Hydro X Pro controller, which we'll take a look later on. Some of the ThinkGrow LED lights actually allow the user to selectively control the actual spectrum of light that will be generated by the LED fixture. When these LEDs are connected to the Hydro X Pro controller, you will have the ability to individually control 4 separate channels of LED chips on the LED fixture. Separately control UV, full spectrum, deep red, and far red chips by using sliders on the X Pro control to select your desired spectral output. You can then set each of the 4 light control channels to turn on or off at certain times, or ramp the lights up or down gradually to accomplish natural dimming. With spectrum control, you have complete control of your light's timing and color output. When using supplemental lighting, sometimes less can be more. It is possible to stress plants by applying too much light. In nature, plants have a natural ally to combat stress. That ally is called clouds. The X Pro can simulate natural cloud movements to mimic a natural outdoor environment to ensure reduced stress on the plants and to save electricity as well. The X Pro controller can provide cloud-based cover based on the user's settings for cloud thickness, cloud speed, when to start and stop the cloud cover entirely each day. We do that by selectively dimming one group of LEDs at a time, sequentially dimming each group one by one to simulate clouds moving overhead. Cloud effect is an amazing and innovative way to reduce energy usage and relieve plant stress without a reduction in overall yield. As mentioned previously, you can assign specific sensors to control specific devices. That allows the user to create and control many subzones within a large growing area. If your grow room is not well balanced, you can create subzones to ensure a complete and balanced growing environment. The Hydro X Pro provides multiple ways to control each of the device modules connected to the X Pro, as well as options on how the sensors will be used to aid in the process. The X Pro controller has simple-to-use system settings for temperature, humidity, lighting, and CO2. System settings are the global settings for all device modules connected to the X Pro. However, we also give you the option of assigning separate settings for each of the device modules, as well as the ability to link specific sensors to specific device modules. That allows the user even greater flexibility and the option to create multiple control stages for temperature, humidity, and etc. Each of the variables for lighting, temperature, humidity, and CO2 can be controlled independently by using a customized ramp up and ramp down setting to closely simulate natural outdoor conditions. Instead of being only able to offer 2 settings, one for day, one for night, with the X Pro controller, you have an infinite number of settings for each 24-hour period. That is a huge improvement in the ability of the controller to control the environment properly and predictably. By creating a unique control profile, the user can avoid instant drastic changes within the environment, better mimic natural outdoor conditions. One of the most powerful features on the Hydro X Pro is the calendar control. The calendar control allows users to build their own customized multi-week crop schedules and settings. What does that mean? Instead of having to frequently manually change settings on the X Pro controller as the crop progresses, you can create a recipe within the calendar control that will make those changes for you automatically. The user first creates presets based on their desired settings for each day, week, or other. They then insert their presets into the calendar in the order they want. Then sit back and watch the X Pro run your room based on your multi-week recipe. All system settings, including lighting, temperature, humidity, CO2, can be specified as you build your own multi-week crop schedules. Reminders can also be inserted into the controller's calendar that will provide helpful reminders to ensure critical tasks are not forgotten. Some customers have to conduct manual spraying operations inside their grow rooms for foliar feed, PM reduction, and for pest control. When doing the spray operation, it is always a good idea to either shut down the equipment in the room or at least make those devices go into an idle mode. With the X Pro spray mode, the operator can set up a simple subroutine they can initiate when they want to start a spray operation. The spray mode subroutine can automatically reduce the power to the lights or turn lights off, lower fan speeds, and turn off HVAC and humidity control equipment during spraying. Since the user sets the desired spray mode time, after the spray operation is complete and the timer times out, the equipment connected to the X Pro will automatically return to the normal operation. TrollMaster keeps your X Pro secure by offering the option to select and enter a passcode to access the settings within the X Pro. That keeps unauthorized personnel from making changes to the system. You can also upload your favorite wallpaper or background image and select the screensaver activation time. The Hydro X Pro allows you to import and export your calendar presets, user settings sensor, and device addresses to a USB thumb drive of 32 GB or less, allowing you to back up all of the settings within your controllers. As you can see, TrollMaster's Hydro X Pro controller has provided the features and options most growers want, without making it overly complicated to use. The available sensors, the ability for the user to customize their X Pro controller to suit their needs, and along with being competitively priced, makes the X Pro controller a perfect fit for today's commercial operations.